You had very direct access to the founder of Larry Page and Sergey Brin.
Yes.
I wanted to hear your views on what you thought about them as founders and as leaders, and what do you learn from them over the course of your time at Google?
So not just the founders, but the founding team. So remember, it's all a team effort.
Yep.
So I say something about a few founding members first, and then I'll go to the founders.
Yeah.
There is something very special about Google, and it took me a while to appreciate that, which is that everybody there is very smart, but nobody is a dick. No assholes. And it took a while for me to realize that that is like not common. It should be surprising. Right? I mean, if you go to a place where everybody is very smart, MIT or whatever, you expect everybody to have egos, expect everybody to be dicks. But here we are, like the collection of the world's best engineers, world's smartest people. And they were like, I mean, we all had egos, right? We were best from where we came from. And people work cooperatively, people respected each other, blah, blah, blah. Wow, like how did that happen? And a lot of it, in my opinion, goes to Jeff and Sanjay. So Jeff and Sanjay, they were the two top engineers in Google at the time. So back then we didn't have a hierarchy. So we were all the same rank. But very quickly we figured out who were the best. And Jeff and Sanjay, they're the best. And even today, I think they are like senior fellow or something. They're the top engineers in Google. So Jeff, I think the last I checked, he's the head of AI in Google. So anyway, so Jeff and Sanjay, the thing about Jeff and Sanjay, first, are really, really smart, best engineers among this group, like by leaps and bounds. That's number one. Number two, equally important, they have, whenever they are wrong, they just say, oh, I made a mistake. This. That was on me. If there's something they don't know, they'll say, oh, I do not know this. This is not my expertise. Then they'll ask nicely. And so, if Jeff and Sanjay are this nice and this humble, nobody has an excuse to be an asshole. So we created a culture, right, where even though we're egos, even though we're good, we respect each other. So that was Jeff and Sanjay. In my opinion, Larry and Sergey was like that, and they carried a bit further than that. Say something about Larry. Larry, I have a huge amount of respect for him. I had, and I still do. And the reason, he was a visionary. And there were a couple of times where we all thought that he was leading us. He was wrong. He disagreed with us. It's Larry against the rest of us. We did what he asked because he was Larry, and then it turns out he was right. And so after a while, I had a lot of respect for him. I mean, he had vision. He said, and then he had the what you call the emotional resilience. In this group, said this is the way to go, and this is why, and insisted on his way. Yeah, and he got his way without being an asshole. He got his way while still being nice and being an introvert. I mean, we're all introverts. This is hard to do, and he did it. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for Larry for that. Sergey also, but in a different way. Sergey is a bit more outgoing. It's a bit more social, and so but he carries the same amount of like the goodness, right? So for a long time, Sergey was the conscience of the company, and then the joke was, so we had so in Google we had a motto. This is not a joke. The motto was "Don't be evil." We all live by that. We all believe in it. Like every meeting, we were like, somebody will ask, "Wait, is this evil?" And this is a real question. And people then we'll be like, okay, wait, and we actually think about it, right? So don't be evil was a real thing. And then the question was, how do you know what is evil? Who is the judge? And for a long time, so the joke is we had a committee, and Sergey is the only person on the committee. So we see the world according to Sergey, right? And for a long time, I think we did really well. We did right, really good. So for a long time, I was in Google. We were a company doing good for the world. And a lot of it was, in my opinion, due to the goodness of Larry and Sergey. And also the founding team.